Welcome back to the Math Guru channel. Today we will explore how to find zero of polynomial. Okay, and we will take three examples: linear polynomial, quadratic polynomials, and cubic polynomials. Okay, let's begin. So first, what is polynomial? A polynomial is a mathematical expressions that consist of variable, coefficient, and some mathematical operation on them, right? Like addition, subtraction, multiplications with non-negative integer component, right? So it would be something like if I say px, the function. So like if I write it's 4x plus 5, so it's a linear polynomial, right? So and what are zeros? So zeros are the value of the polynomials, right? That will make this whole expression as uh, 0, right? So in this case, it would be something like minus 5 by 4. We will see how to calculate those things, right? And graphically, if we want to plot it on the x and y axis, so it is the point where it meets the x axis, right? Okay, so that point we call out as a zero of the polynomials. Let's first take the linear polynomial. Linear polynomial means a function with degree 1. So it would be just x, not x square or anything. So ax plus b is a linear polynomial. But the condition is that a should not be 0. If a is 0, then this whole expression would become 0, and then it will just remain with some constant b, right? So the condition is that a should not be 0 for linear polynomial. Right? Let's take one example. 2x plus minus 4, right? If I have to find the 0, so I have to find a value of x for which this whole expression 2x minus 4 will become 0, right? So how we can find it? 2x minus 0, we can write it 2x equals to 4. We'll move it over here, and x equals to 2, right? So if I put 2 into 2 minus 4, this whole expression will become 0, right? So 2 is the 0 of this linear polynomial 2x minus 4. Let's take how it looks on the graph. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, right, in graphical format, the 0 is the point on the x-axis at which the line crosses, right? So here it crosses at the 2, right? So let's take another example. If it would have been 2x plus 4, right? So in that case, x would be minus 4 by 2, which equals to 2, right? Or minus 2, right? So in that case, the point would be like this. So the line crosses like this. Okay. Let's take one more example. 3x plus 6, right? So if I evaluate it, 3x plus 6 equals to 0, because I have to find this whole expression as a 0. So 3x 6, right? And then x would become 2, 6 by 3, right? So sorry, minus 2, because this was minus 6. So this will be minus 2. So it will crosses at the minus 2 on the x-axis, right? So minus 2 would be the 0 for this 3x plus 6. Let's move to this quadratic polynomial, which we also call as a polynomial of degree 2, because here you will have the first element as x square, right? So the expression would be x plus x square plus bx plus c, and the condition is same. A should not be 0. If a becomes 0, this whole expression becomes 0, and then this equation will become a linear polynomial, right? For quadratic, the first element a should not be 0, right? Take the first example, x square minus 5x plus 6, right? So we have seen the factorization. So if I factorize this, it would be x minus 2 and x minus 3, right? If I have to make this whole expression as 0, so what would be the value of x? X can be either 2 or x could be either 3. So for quadratic polynomial, we can have at most 2 zeros. Let's see how it get converted into the graph. So it's kind of parabolic thing, right? So here it will crosses at 2 and it will crosses at 3 points. These are the 2 points on which it intersect on the x-axis, right? So let's take an example of cubic polynomial. First, learn what is the cubic polynomial. It's in the formula ax cube bx squares plus cx plus d, right? And the condition is same. A should not be 0, otherwise it will become quadratic polynomial, right? Okay, let's take an example. X cube minus 6x squared plus 11x minus 6. Okay, so if we factorize it, it would be x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3, right? So these are the three factors 1, 2, 3, at which if I put it in this equation, the whole expression will become 0. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 are the zeros of this cubic polynomial. Right? Let's see on the graph. So it's something like S kind of shape, you can see it. So it crosses the axis at 1, 2 and 3. So we can say that there are three zeros of this cubic polynomial. It's 1, it's 2 and it's 3. Okay, so we have seen the example of linear, quadratic and cubic polynomial. Let's summarize everything, whatever we have seen, right? So the behavior of zeros are that in the linear, it always crosses at one point and it's a straight line, right? Quadratic, it crosses at most 2 points. Maybe it can cross 1 point or no points. And cubic, it can have at most 3 points, right? 3 zeros, you know? And it can be either 1, 2 or 3, right? 3 is the most, not there will not be anything for any cubic polynomial which will have more than 3 points, right? So the number of zeros are directly linked with the degree, right? If it's of n degree, then the number of zero would be less than equals to the degree of the polynomial, right? And from the graphical perspective, we have seen that linear function will always have a straight line, quadratic would be a parabolic thing, and cubic function is the S-shaped curve, right, which you have seen in the last slide. I hope you have found this video interesting. Thanks for watching. Okay, and if you have any questions or any help, leave a comment below. I will be happy to assist. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Math Guru channel. Thank you.